Hi, welcome to Apache Hadoop 3x course. I'm Abhishek Sakhuja from UpDegree, and in this video we are going to continue the Linux fundamental commands. So in the previous video we have already taken a look how the command look like, what is the option in arguments. That's a very basic things, and today we are going to continue with the same. But first of all, we are going to take a look some of the command shortcuts so that you can be quick whenever you are working in the Linux environment. Okay. So I just started a machine. That's the machine that we have created in our previous session. So it's the machine is up, and if I go inside it, how did I start the machine? This is your virtual box. You go over here, you right click on start. Over here it will not show now because it's already started. So if I click over here, and it will show you start, normal start, or you can just click over here onto the machine and click this button, which is a start over here. So once it's started, give the password, you get into the machine, go to the menu bar, which is here, search your computer, type TER, and you're having your terminal over here. So once you are into the terminal, you can also change your colors by going to the edit option, go to the profile preferences, and in the profile preferences, you will be able to see, come on, sometimes it takes time. So you go to the colors, you can select the colors like you want. I'm selecting black on white, so that is how you can customize it. Let's go back and talk about the commands. So for example, if I'm writing the same command, if ls -lsrt, if you would like, you can just take the man on ls, the manual on ls, and then you'll understand what exactly we are doing, what I was doing. So I was just listing recursively with the time in front. So according to the time, every directories will be listed. So first of all, let's talk about what this representation is all about. So when I type this listing command, which is listing recursively, which means the latest file, if you see, it will be in the descending order. So the latest file will come on the end so that you can view, and it is by the time. So therefore you can see that the latest is coming to the end by the time. So that is how you can view the list while looking at the file. So this is the most appropriate option you can select every time. If you do just the listing, it is without time, just the file names and everything, no order, nothing. Now, how do we read this? When we read this file, the most important thing that we focus on is the permissions, right? We are going to talk the permissions in the next video, but here just a quick, this is how the permissions are written for 3 users, like you, your group, and others. And then you have the user who owns this particular directory or the file, then the group of that user, which group it belongs, so that it has an access on the file or the directory. Then this is the size of that file, this is the month when the file or directory was created, this is the date when file or the directory has been created, this is the year or the timings that you have, and finally you have the directory or the file. So here we have the directories given by blue color, and the files are in red, which is actually a zip files or a tar files, and that's why if it is a normal file, it is just a black color over there. Okay, now let's take the text navigation shortcuts. So first of all, if you want to begin to the line, you just press Control A and you go to the starting of the line. If you press Control E, you go to the end of the line. For example, if I am looking inside my desktop folder, right now, if I want to go to the starting, I just press Control A. So I go in the starting and I do Control E, so it will go to the end. So that's the shortcut you can just using Control A, Control E. Then we have Control left arrow that will move left one word, and Control right arrow which will move toward the right. So if I say Control and then press my right arrow, so you can see it is, oh sorry, left arrow, it is going to the left, and if I do right, it will go to the right. So that's the shortcut. There are some more shortcuts which is if you press Control U or Control K, this is a cropping option. Control U will crop from your cursor to the start, and Control K will do from the cursor to the end. But if you want, what it will do, it will just crop it and you can paste it using Control Y. Let's see. So if I have this and I place my cursor over here and I press Control U, so you'll see that everything from the left will be gone. If I press Control Y, it will come back. Means anywhere I can paste it. It's in my clipboard. If I want to do the other way around, I just press Control K, so the desktop will be gone. If I want to paste anywhere else, I press Control Y there. Then Control Shift C is the copy. You cannot do Control C to copy or Control V to copy. It's Control Shift C or Control Shift V. So if I go here and I want to copy this, the one of the simplest option, you right click, copy and paste like that. But if you are Ubuntu, then you want to copy paste, you have to press Control Shift C and then Control Shift V. Now these are specific option for Ubuntu machines, but if you're working on, say, about like when we are later in the lab, we are going to connect the item with our Ubuntu machine. In that, it's just, I'll show you some of the quick options. When you select, it's copied. When you say Control V, it's paste. That's more shortcuts that we're going to see. So if you want to see the commands, we have used lsrt desktop or any other command before, you just press arrow up. So you'll be able to see all those previous commands. If you do arrow down, the latest command will be coming. So arrow up and arrow down you can just do, or you can also press Control R, which is a kind of search. You can search your commands. Once you press Control R, you can type, I'm looking for exit command. So you just type EX and the other commands you can view. For example, if I want to see if there are any other exit commands, I have to press Control R every time and it will just show me that this is your one command that you have typed. If I want to exit anything, I can just press Control C and it will just cancel that command. So cancelling of the command is also there. Then these are some of the general Linux command that we are going to look now. So the first, we have already know that ls is just the listing. So there are different options. You can just view the list of the files and directories anywhere. Okay, if I want to go in any specific directory, I just give that directory over here and I can look what exactly do we have inside. Oh, sorry, it's desktop. Okay, so there is nothing inside that directory. So that is how you can list. cd is like you want to go into the directory, right, the command directory that you want to go, and then you can type I want to go inside desktop. So then you'll be in the desktop directory. So you can see that here you are into now desktop directory. If I want to go to any other directory, if I want to first of all go to back, so I just press two dots / it will go to the previous directory. So now I'm back into the directory, and I want to go any other directory, I just do cd and that's it, I'm into another directory. And if there are other directories, you can just press like that, you'll go inside that directory. So then we have vi. So vi is a very common editor that we are going to use in a session, and through this you can create some files as well. So if I say vi, I want to create a file, I will say sample.txt. So I'm creating this file, you hit enter and there is a file mode, it's open for you. Now for the file mode to work on, what you need to press I, right? So I means, if you see at the bottom, it's called as insert. Insert means you can insert any text. So anything that you want to type, you just type. And once you want to save it, you have to exit the insert mode by pressing escape. So I press escape, insert is gone. Then I press colon. So if you see at the bottom, the colon will appear. And then you have some options, like if I do W, which means save this file, but do not close it. If I say WQ, which means save this file and quit. If I do not want to save this file and I want to quit, I'll just say quit, exclamatory means quit without saving. So therefore what I want to do, I want to say save and quit. So this file is now, we have created over here, that's sample.txt. That's nice. So that is how your vi works. Then you have the remove. If I want to remove this file, I'll just say remove sample.txt and that's it. If I want to remove a directory, I have to say remove recursively a directory, which is I'll give you the example. First let's create a directory. So we have man we have already taken a look. If I want to do a man of rm, I just do a manual and it will give me all the option for the manning, right? And then we have make directory. So if I'm making a directory, let's say make a sample directory, and inside that I'll go inside sample directory. I'm just using the same commands. I'm creating a file again, sample.txt. I just do insert, do some random steps, quit and save, come back. Now I go back and I want to remove the whole directory sample. So I'll say remove recursively. If you do not do this and try to remove a directory, it will say you it's a directory. So what you need to do, remove -r, but remember this is a very powerful command because it's gonna remove everything from the directory. If there are 100 more directories inside it, or there are recursively more directories, everything will be removed. So make sure you use it wisely. So now if you see your sample folder, sample.txt, inside that folder gone. Then we have move and copy. Move and copy is if I want to copy a file, let's create a directory, sample directory, and then if I want to move my sample.zip file, inside sample folder, I just move. So now it's gone from here and it will be inside sample, right? And if I want to copy my sample.tar, so copy sample.tar to sample, right? I just do this and it will go inside my sample, but it'll also be available in the same directory because this is just a copy command, right? Then we have sudo. Now sudo is a very important command because sudo means privileges of a super user. Right now we are logged in as a up degree user, which may not have a privileges. Say for example, if I would like to edit this file network interfaces, if you see at the bottom, if I press I, it says a warning changing a read-only file, which means that I do not have a privileges. To get those privileges, we have super user call using sudo commands. So when I say sudo and then I use this command, so let's copy and paste. Once I do this, oh, I need to enter a password because of course if you're using a super user like a root kind of privileges, you must authenticate that you really has them. Once you have them, now you press I, you will be able to edit. Similarly, any other directory which is owned by root or you do not have privileges, the only thing that you can get with a super user as sudo, and we are going to use it a lot. Head, tail, cat, and more. These are the options that you can use to view some content inside a file. Like we have a file. Let's take any other example for a file because the file that we have created has a very small content. So I think we should be having inside my document or let me say in videos. I think I kept something there. Videos. Yeah. So there we have example.desktop. Let's if I want to view this file as a whole, what I'll do, I always do cat. Cat means display the content of complete file to me. So I'll say example and whole content will be displayed to you. Now what I want to see page by page. So for page by page display, I will do more. So it's a page by page display. If I hit enter, I'll go line by line then. Okay. Then if I want to see the top 10 rows, I will do head and do a count as 10. If I want to see the last one, I will just do the tail. So that's what you have a different option to view the content of a file. Then finally, we have a grep. One of the command we have already taken a look in the previous video. Grep is mainly used for finding a text, right? Finding something inside a file. That's what the grep is used for. So one of the example we have already taken a look where we give just a string. Let's say a string is Ubuntu and I want to find inside this file if there is Ubuntu or not, right? As I can see that Ubuntu is already given there, but let's see Ubuntu starts with small u, not capital U. Okay, so there is nothing. Let's make it case insensitive. If I make case insensitive, that Ubuntu should be found. Yes, there are lots of Ubuntu. So grep is the one. If you would like to have more on grep, just do a man and grep, and then you have all the commands listed over there. Okay, so that's what we have in this session. And in the next video, we are going to take a look at the permission levels, which is very important because there we are going to see that how we are going to assign permissions to a particular user to directories in the files. Thank you.